town that brought town also known as Little Chicago. It's time for the Friday Night Gamble. Featuring Matt Walsh and his co-host, the pride of Buddy Hardwood, Ricky Nickerman. I'm Tony P, your MC. Tonight's special guest is Willis. So let's give it up. Cocktail, grab a cocktail, and let's roll the dice as we hand this over to Matt Walsh, the Statesville Troubadour himself. I got you, didn't I? I got you, didn't I? I got you, Tony.
You got me. I was like,
welcome to the Friday Night Gamble. Sit back, kick your feet up, stay here a while, pay no mind if the world's on fire, because we're going to have one of them real good times tonight. Can I hear somebody say hi to Mighty? Hi to Mighty! Hi, woo! Hi to Mighty! Folks, welcome Will Willis and his friend Simon. I did not get your last name, Simon. Everett. Simon Everett. And we got the ever faithful old Ricky Dickerman over there. Ricky, how's it going, man?
Hey, having a blast.
You having a blast?
Been a great week.
We're glad to have you back. We missed you last
drinking
week.
With Hardwood all weekend.
What were you doing last week? Last Friday? You said you was going to show up and everything. You never showed up. Hardwood, what'd y'all get into, man?
We made it rain down there at the Tiki Club.
I heard that.
Yeah, we got down. We had a good time. We had a good time, but and we were out trying to. We're out trying to get some.
Y'all trying to still drum up votes?
So trying to get support for the 2022s. The 2020.
Oh, so he's gonna run again
right
at 20.
Oh
hell, man!
Buddy Hardwood, 2022.
Hey, how about that, Tony P? Are
Buddy
you gonna be on the
Hardwood,
campaign? Are you running the
Yeah,
campaign?
we're
not running
petition
this damn
signed
fucking
and whatnot.
Why not?
because the last time he accused me of poisoning him, he accused me of all this shit every time he fucked
Because
up.
you did it, Tony P.
Well, you'll have that, y'all. Y'all, I gotta have a little shout out to our sponsors. I'm gonna break them. I got a new sponsor tonight, Ricky, but I'm gonna leave that for last. Folks, we gotta thank our good friend Todd Doc Sigmeyer, who makes these fantastic slides. Have y'all seen these?
I have not.
Rocky Mountain slides. Y'all play slide?
Not yet.
Well,
I do now.
we may make you a slide player by the end of the night. Y'all go check him out. His website is in the description of this video. Rocky Mountain Slides, Todd Doc Sigmeyer. And who knows, we might do a little picks in the jar tonight and give away a t-shirt. I don't know.
Wow.
But stop talking about giving away things. You can't give away things without giving away things without talking about Richie Cash. Where is he?
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet. Have you?
The limo has not pulled up yet, but that
He'll be here.
He'll be here. He'll be
He
here.
texted me and said
He'll be
he's
here.
got some things.
You
to
know,
take
there's
care
some shit that went down on Wall Street this week.
Yeah, he's been putting out fires.
Yeah,
He's been putting out fires.
Yes.
He's putting out fires. He got that fire extinguisher putting. You know, he's a man of his word. You know, I know he's going to be here. Also, we got talking about Richie Cash. You got to talk about our sponsor, Nip Law Firm, who sponsors our High Rollers segment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nip Law Firm. We appreciate it. They're going to give out $25 tonight on the Friday night.
We did
have a
hope that
big
I need
money.
a lawyer one day, but it's nice to know that I have one that I can
Hey,
call
you know,
on,
the
right?
Friday Night Gamble, we like to present things in a way that just benefits everybody. You know, lawyers and doctors get a bad name, so, you know, when you talk about lawyers on this show, the lawyers give you money. You don't give the money. You don't give the money to the lawyers on this show. The lawyers will give you money. They will give you money.
I do have a question.
What's that?
Can the guests win the contest?
No, they cannot.
Can I win the contest?
No, you cannot win the contest.
No, you should.
How would
know
that work, Ricky? What
I was just
Ricky?
wondering inside. I mean, what?
Ricky, what would be the point of having the game show?
Yeah.
If
Well,
you just,
I mean, why
I
can't
asked.
Will? Why? Yeah, Will asked. Why
Oh,
can't,
Will
can
asked.
I was
Will
trying to
win?
get some gas
the
money.
guest-
Well,
That's what I'm
The
saying.
guest asked.
well,
so, yeah,
because
so
the
I guess
people
the
wouldn't,
official answer is
because the
no,
people
but-
wouldn't tune into that part of the show if they knew that these guys were going to win.
Sounds like
It'd be insider trading. I saw some
Insider
of
trading.
that.
Insider trading.
I
Yeah.
saw some of that. this morning.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. It's just like being in a band. They always gonna gang up on the lead guy.
That's
lead
right.
Guys. Well, I gotta talk about lead guys. I have to talk about our new sponsor, folks. And that's a guy down in Key West, Florida. I love him to death. He's got a
I
cooking
kind of
show.
like Butch too.
You gotta
You
love
got
Butch.
to, you got
How can
to.
you not like Butch? Was in my
I know.
last music
Now,
video.
I don't know about his cooking show. But
He was in my last music video, Don't Shut My Party Down, I think. And speaking of music videos, y'all, I just put out one yesterday. You can check out the music video for Leaving Blues in the description of this video. If you hadn't checked it out, it's a great little short that he did with Corey Gogol, The Idea Complete. Check that out. Also, folks, while we're talking about things in the stream and everything, there's also a link to my YouTube channel. Now, if you missed the Friday Night Gamble, guess what? On Saturday morning, I always upload it, and I upload it in a different version. It's got all kinds of graphics and all the things we can't do right now. But if you go to YouTube, you'll never miss an episode. And also, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll never miss one of my music videos. You'll never miss maybe me and my werewolf roadies down at the gas station getting gas and getting some kind of wild escapade. I film a lot of stuff, and you do too. Tony P's got a YouTube channel too. Tony P, what's it called? Astro Jane Productions. Go check it out. Y'all behind. Y'all are behind, and I'm worried as hell about you. I'm worried that you ain't subscribed to me and Tony's channel. Yeah. You got to do this right now. I mean, not right now, but you can open another window in your computer right now if you want to. Share the stream with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your co-workers, all those people you pissed off on Facebook potentially, or that pissed you off on Facebook. They deserve to see the stream too.
That's pretty much a given, right? That's all people on Facebook.
That's a mouthful. So anyway, I got to give it up to our new sponsor of the Team Drink, Ricky Dickerman. Our good friend Butch Lowe makes this handcrafted IPA, which I know you can appreciate, Simon, because you work at Appalachian Mountain Brewery up in Boone.
Yeah,
you
I
got the hat.
experimented with melatonin yet, but
well, this is groundbreaking stuff. I mean, this guy, this is a very signature. It's a very the way he brews it. I don't know what he does. He runs it through the Everglades, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, it's. I got to bring this up, Tony. Just tell me if you can get it into focus here.
I can.
We can see it.
It's right there.
It's a Butch Light. Butch Light. Don't let that fool you now.
Don't be falling asleep over there, Dickerson.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think it's a
I'm
joke.
here
It's
to party,
18% alcohol per bottle. And it's an IPA. It's a dandelion, clover, melatonin infused IPA.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna crack.
There ain't many of those in the world.
You guys ready to get wasted or what?
There ain't many of those in the world.
Here's to y'all
There's
out
four of
there.
them.
Here's to all the supporters of Friday Night Gamble. Here's all the people out there that just trying to have a real good time.
Yeah.
One of the real good times.
I tried the Dandelion IPA.
Woo!
Yeah.
Smooth, isn't it?
It's kind of tense. Talk about it. You're a brewer. What do you think, Simon? How do you rate it? How do you rate it?
complex.
Very complex. Yeah. You taste the melatonin. I taste a little melatonin.
I taste the melatonin a lot, actually. It's kind of feels like
it's got a
mostly melatonin.
I was going to say it's got a like on the exhale, it's got a dandelion freshness,
like a spring, summertime.
Yeah, and then I guess the clover kind of. The clover kind of tastes
Clover's
like
in the background.
Well, the clover tastes like a dank bar in Florida.
Yeah, like the backside of some park.
Maybe on Pompano Beach. Maybe.
Yeah.
Some
wash up.
So Will Willis, speaking of places, where are you from?
I'm from Lenore.
You're
originally.
from Lenore?
I live in Boone now.
Spend your time up in the Boone.
I do. It's really cold up there. Cold and windy.
Y'all get more snow than us.
I was gonna say if it snows, y'all never forget it, right?
The wind needs to stop.
The wind, yes.
The wind needs to stop.
So when it snows up there, I mean, you can't get to the grocery store and you'll
get to the
I'll
get there.
They scrape the roads pretty good up there.
Stop.
He lives in Deep Gap.
Oh, that's right. Ooh, that's right. We made jokes about that one.
Well, I'm sure you did. Simon, where are you from, man?
I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved to Lenore.
Well, he's a Tennessee guy like you are, Tony P. You're from
Chattanooga.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty much grew up in the same area as Will.
As Will. Okay.
Lenore, Boone.
Right on. Well, how long have y'all been playing together now?
We started the first time, like 10 years.
Yeah. Wow.
There was a big
so y'all known
gap
each other
in the
for a
middle.
long time, I guess.
Yeah. We've been friends for quite a while.
Okay.
We've been in the same band though for about 3 years.
To California on me.
So you ran up to California for a while.
We ran out there for about 4 years. My family and I did.
Okay.
We moved back.
What took you out there, if you don't mind me asking?
Just
California.
Looking for the journey.
California.
Looking for the journey. My wife got a job out there.
Okay.
We were looking for something new.
Something new. That makes sense.
Moved, but we were out there for 4 years and
Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Go Rush.
Go Rush.
That got you out.
Missed it by this much.
There's a green rush out there that we weren't involved in, but then we came on back, and that's when
Good.
some old friends connected, and we got a band going called
Okay.
the Older Brothers.
Oh, so this started out as a band.
Well, but-
It's loose.
yeah,
It's
we
Yeah,
were,
okay.
we were
it's a
all.
living.
It was a
kinda-
culture.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
it's just kind of however, whatever comes up, kind of thing. If they need you, sometimes he comes along. If they
Well,
want
no,
the band.
now
We
I'm
did
in
that,
I'm
yeah.
in a trio with Simon here.
Y'all got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we might as well be in West Virginia.
We've got.
You do
But
jokes,
now
you
we
do stand up.
Now we have a band.
Yeah.
You want to sing it on here or what?
But anyway, the
was
family,
good.
there's a core, and then it just gets
Yeah.
I like that though, man. That's cool.
But we
you
have
know,
a
that's-
drummer. Like he plays bass
Yeah.
in the Older Brothers, which is myself. Simon plays bass. We've got a drummer named Kyle Teeters, who
You're gonna
they,
have to bleep that.
There's been a lot of stuff like that, the bands that kind of circulated around each.
Yeah.
Delaney and Bonnie is one of them.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
led
yeah.
into Derek and the Dominoes, and I have to. It's so crazy that sometimes I think, life is just maybe a computer program because it's weird that we talk. If I got to stop. Have you seen the Bobby? have y'all seen the Bobby Whitlock live streams or things he's been doing on Facebook with
I have
White
not.
Cocoa?
no.
Bobby Whitlock, great songwriter. That played.
Where's he from?
Well, he was on. He was the guy. Well, he was a session guy, a singer. He played on. He started. He started out as a session guy.
Like a Nashville guy? Or?
Well, he played on. He played with Delaney and Bonnie for a while.
Okay.
And then that's where he met Eric Clapton.
Okay.
And then they started Derek and the Well, actually, they went on to play on George Harrison's "Everything Must Pass."
Mm.
And then from that thing, basically those two things led to Derek and the Dominoes.
I didn't realize that.
But yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that's why you got to check out Bobby Whitlock and Coco on YouTube. It's fantastic. If you're into Eric Clapton, any of that old stuff back when the Layla album was released, I mean, just fantastic musical stuff. This guy just spits out, just things that
Interesting.
happen and stuff. Fantastic stuff. Dickerman likes to ask questions. You don't know if it's going to be a question he's studied about you, or it's just going to be some crazy shit like, hey, Will, if you got athlete's foot, what kind of powder would you use?
Which toe do you rub first?
Which
Probably that pinky.
Like, I mean, do you
Comes
start
from the
with
outside
the big
end,
You
one?
start with the one that's the itching the most.
I need a sip of foot
So
slow. I need a foot
You
slow.
never know. You never know. Can you
Yeah.
drink?
Goes every which way, doesn't it?
But you guys were talking about different venues and Boone playing. We were joking that there aren't. But so, which ones were your favorites? I know we were talking like some you didn't like it sort of acoustically, but then others sort of worked, and that's where people went.
Well, there's just not many venues up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
A and
that.
B is where we always play.
Yeah, we got a little
So-
thing.
Appalachian
There's,
Mountain Brewery.
The Appalachian Theater, on that they just got that back up and running right at the beginning of COVID, basically.
I was going to say all
Yeah.
this is.
They had
yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Bush
yeah,
up
yeah.
there. They
Yeah.
had
Oh,
they
yeah.
had several.
This is
yeah.
before Roy Cooper.
Right.
Just Dickens.
The,
Yeah.
I wish you
The
guys
Cobras
would have
got it.
won. I wish you would have won. I really did.
Y'all would be playing. Every
I wish
night?
you did.
Y'all be
I
playing
mean, what's
every
his
night?
buddy?
So if there's not anywhere to play where you live,
Well, there are some
There are,
places.
it's just
well,
It's kind of.
it's such a small town. There's nothing like.
so how do you get into playing in other places? How far out do you go? That kind of stuff.
Well, we played like the Whitewater Center, a couple times
Is that Charlotte?
in Charlotte, but it's
I've heard
just-
about
it's-
that place. That's
It's really cool.
Place,
It's
man.
very, very cool.
No, I guess my question was, as a challenge of being from a place that doesn't have that many venues.
It's it's all, I guess it's all about the internet and like
Yeah, connections. Other
Connections.
artists that you know.
and we've been in the game for a long time, so
Ricky.
we're from Lenore and can get out a little bit.
Ricky.
What's,
Are you drunk?
Already.
What do you mean by drunk?
Like, what level of drunk are you?
I don't know.
are you tequila drunk?
Like I'm what?
Just say
I'll
Rice
rephrase
That's
it.
what I
I think
did.
Which number of
These things are good.
but I know.
I've
but
had a few of them.
you look awake now. When you came in here, you look sleepy-eyed. I mean, like, what drunk is this for you today? How many drunks is this?
I've
He's had so much
woken up
melatonin.
and I've
It's
woken up
reversed it.
twice today. And that means when, like they say, when morning comes
Does
twice a
alcohol
day
make
or
it help
not
you
at
sleep
all.
better?
Yeah, and the melatonin. The melatonin.
It starts having a retroactive effect after you have enough of it.
I mean, you drink one of
It's
these
a
sons of
spectrum,
bitches,
isn't it?
and I'm
This
gonna
thing
tell you what.
That's-
Just half.
I'm already tired.
This thing works.
Everybody's gonna be
Sleepy.
asleep.
I'm
so mellow.
guys.
You guys still pretty mellow? Let's
Drink it.
if you're feeling mellow, let's play a song. What you got, Will?
Let's do it. You want to
Okay,
play with
yeah,
us?
I'll play with you, man.
Play to come around.
Now,
This is a song about stopping to drink.
And what key?
This is the B.
Yeah.
The B key.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Stop drinking and beat.
Stop drinking in B. Are you ready?
Yes,
One,
dandelions.
2, 3,
Shit.
4. Drinking every evening got me cornered, walls and ceiling. Shake shift, you don't need this. Better find a better feeling. Wake up, always hurting. My people just don't deserve this. And if time is to be worshipped, then I must stop giving it all away. And I don't want to live that way. La 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 la, nation running down my family tree like summer rainstorms. Who's the flooding? So you'll drown in. Better watch out before we wash his all away. This time when I'm fighting, you know I'll take shots to my body, but my head will be covered. Catch you slipping, then I pour you in the ground. Dig a hole deep in the ground. Oh, it's time to come around. You know it's time we come around. I think it's time to come around. I think it's time. I said I'm giving it up, giving it up, giving it, giving it up, giving it up, giving it, giving it up, giving it up, giving it, giving it up. I don't wanna live that way. Giving it up, giving it, giving it up, giving it up, giving it, giving it up, giving it up, giving it, giving it up. I don't wanna live that way. I don't wanna live that way. Oh, I think it's time to come around. Yeah, it's time to come around. Oh, it's time to come around, come around, come around, come around, my dear. 2, 3, 4. I don't wanna live that way. Times are dark out the falling away. And I don't wanna live that way. Yes, I wanna run tossing away. And I don't wanna live that way. Tell the world don't mind the talk, just don't live that way. We go.
Fantastic.
Nice, dude.
Fantastic. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for letting me be a part of that.
Oh, for sure.
Very good music, y'all. What do y'all think about Will Willis? Heck yeah. Will, just tell them just for a minute while we're on the music and everything.
All right.
After we just played a song and they hopefully are inspired as I am by that. Tell them how they can find out where you're at and all your kind of stuff like that.
I do have a web page, which is kind of a dinosaur, I guess, at this time. WillWillisMusic.com. Will Willis Music, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
You got TikTok?
I TikToked it.
Yeah.
Y'all TikTok? Well, I don't
TikTok.
know what TikTok is.
TikTok.
Are you that old too?
TikTok is actually pretty fun.
Somebody has
I was very reluctant too, but
So what do you do
I've
on
learned
TikTok? What happens?
I haven't done much on there
All the
myself. But it's
dances, really. You should see him dance.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
You ought to
Show
see
us.
I've got a red.
Show us.
I've got a red speedo.
You gotta pay
I'm
for that.
kind of strapped in right now, Dickerson, but I would. I guarantee you that.
Gotta
Well, you know-
subscribe to the talks.
before, well, excuse me, in the first season of Friday Night Gamble,
Mm-hmm.
about the first 15 or so episodes, I was dancing too, and I,
Yes.
you know, being
Twerk.
Dancing
Well-
like how?
well, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
being
you
a
could've
musician,
started
I've
with
never
TikTok.
danced. I've never danced. You know, you go out and everybody wants to dance, and you know, usually I provide the music for the
You
dance.
make people dance.
Exactly, I make
Right.
people dance.
But you were never the dancer.
But I got it in my head somewhere that I could twerk on the first season.
Mm.
Yeah.
Till I threw my back out, and my big toe, as Little Richard would say, my big toe shot up in my boot, like the first time he heard Jimi Hendrix. And I can't do it no more.
I think I have to told you after the fourth time, you better get on a treadmill or something.
I
You
tell you
put
what,
something
Tony
out.
P, I'm not overweight, but I don't get a lot of
Oh,
exercise.
you're looking good, man. You're looking good.
Well, thanks, man. You
Yeah.
know, I'm 43 years old, going on 44. So,
Ah.
how old are y'all guys?
I'm 40.
Are you 40?
I'm 41 here in a month or two.
Okay. Well, things don't get any easier.
This is
I'll
youngster
tell you
over
that,
here.
I'll tell you that.
14.
14.
He's driving home.
Well, son, I hope he's driving home.
Yeah.
After I'd have a couple more beers anyway.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how
Son,
to
you're on the
drive.
road to destruction. You're going down this.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Dickerman. What?
Boy, that is a long jacket you got there, brother.
I don't know what Dickerman's doing over here. I mean, he's over here hanging off a.
He's
What are you doing on the banister?
About to slide down it, baby.
Well, folks, I think it's about that time that we get ready for America's new favorite game show. We call it High Rollers.
Hey, welcome to
Richie!
High Rollers. I'm Richie Cash.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
make that money.
Richie, you're looking tight tonight. I got to tell you, buddy, you're looking tight tonight. You got those matching khakis, and
Been
I
a
mean,
tough
it's
week,
just.
but you know how I roll. You always have to be in style and in class. It's nice to be rich and beautiful.
Where have you been? You know, you texted me earlier this week. You said, "Hey, man, things aren't going well with the stock market. I'm having a hard time. I don't even know if I'm going to show up for the show." And I'm glad he came.
Happened to be in any hedge funds, did you, this week?
Hey, no, you know what? I got out of that, but I did have some oil concerns in Egypt. I mean, of course, I played the market. You know, me and my friend Warren. Like I showed him
Is
how.
Warren
to
Buffett?
invest. Warren Buffett, yeah.
So, have you seen him this week, or what's going on?
He's not happy.
You guys did lunch, or
We're gonna have brunch on Sunday morning.
okay?
Yeah. So,
All right.
you know, it's been a tough week for all of us.
Well,
Like
when you
I
text,
was in Egypt. I was in Egypt.
yeah, you texted me Wednesday and you said, "Hey, man, I'm on a plane. I'm headed back from Egypt. Things aren't going so hot. Wall Street's something was happening. I don't know."
And I've got oil concerns over
Yeah.
there.
Well, hey,
And
listen,
I'm also trying to buy one of the pyramids.
I'm just glad you showed up.
It's
I
a-
really
it's a
am.
long- it's a long
It's
stretch,
amazing
but-
you even showed up
Well,
with all the
I'm a
financial
man of
burden
my
you
word,
have right
Matt
now.
Walsh. I'm
Yes.
a man of my word.
I know you are. I know you are.
I'm about that cash.
Are you still ordering
I'm
lobster
rich cash.
tonight? Are you still got the lobster catering?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got plenty of
All
lobster.
right.
in my
I
fridge.
love
Plenty of
lobster.
in my-
I
I
love
do too.
lobster.
I'm not.
I can't wait. And you said these are big.
I'd like to get these
Really?
people some lobster money.
You
Now
said
we're gonna do
you,
that.
you said these are big lobsters too, right?
The biggest.
The biggest?
The best.
Can you
That's,
give me
that's
like
the only way I do
can
it,
you give me
baby.
a size, a poundage?
Oh, he
That's
said
the only
that
way
each
I
one's
do
a
it.
pound.
Well, yeah.
Each one's a pound?
Each one's a pound.
Damn.
At least. At least. Like, what else do y'all, what do y'all buy?
This guy's he's my new favorite guy, Tony P.
Well,
all
He
I'm
comes
saying
over here
is-
and wines and dines
I
us.
mean,
and
yeah. I
gives
mean,
away
you know,
money.
I take care of you
hey,
guys.
hey,
I take care
Warren
of you guys.
Buffett would be my favorite guy
Let's hope
too
so.
if I knew him. But
It's amazing. You know what I saw last week, Tony? And Richie, I don't mean to embarrass you.
It's fine.
I don't mean to embarrass you.
yeah.
but he slipped, and I mean, it looked like about the wad he's got in his hand right there, hundreds. He just gave it to, well.
Or in my, never mind.
Oh, you got more in there too?
Yeah.
Listen.
I use hundreds.
I'm
of
gonna tell you what.
squares.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know, Bubba
That's how I
Speak.
got
You know,
it.
Bubba Speaks. He likes to get out on the town on Friday night.
Yeah.
If you're out there, y'all go check out Bubba Speaks because Ricky gave me. I saw him. He gave me a fistful of hundreds on the way out the door. He just said, "Hey man," he said, "Bubba Speaks for president," and slapped it down.
I
on
like pretty girls too. That's his.
I can't help but think they flock to you, Richie.
I mean,
I can't help but think
They like the power. They like the money.
they like the money and the power.
But
I mean,
enough's enough.
okay, let's get to it. Let's
You
get
should
to
go
it.
ahead and hit
Let's
that.
help these people. Make
What
their
you
money.
got? What you got?
I know you're beautiful, but I want you to be rich and beautiful. This is what we're
Oh, I
going to do.
thought
We
you were
got
talking
it.
about
We
me,
don't
Richie.
do it.
Damn.
This is High Rollers, the
Sheesh.
game, High Rollers. We have 7
About to
categories
say, I'm not used to this.
that pertain to the show. All over from random shit to North Carolina musicians.
Yes, sir.
Mixed drinks,
How did he set that
like
up?
therapy
Last
or
5
something.
He goes into character, don't he?
Thor's
Let's go with
Paranormal, Hardwood, and the Statesville Troubadour himself. So, the way the game works is, I spin the wheel. We have questions.
Big money.
Trivia questions. The first person to comment correctly on the Facebook Live feed gets $25 cash, cold hard money. Ask Liz Bloodworth. Ask Heidi and Kent Spears. Ask
Bob
Robert
O'Neill. Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
Blues loving Bob.
Bingo. Bingo.
Shout out
There
to
are
Blues
winners,
loving
and
Bob.
We are out here doing our own thing to help this economy. So,
Ah, Richie,
this
you're
game is sponsored by
hero.
Nick Law Firm,
hero.
headquartered in Lake Norman. 7 Charlotte Metro area offices. Real estate, estate planning, family law, works great. All right, now that we got that business out of the way, let's get it done.
Get it done. Big
Make
money.
that
Big money. Big money.
North Carolina musicians.
Hot damn.
Woo! All right,
All right.
tonight's
I
question.
know the answer to this.
First correct comment on the Facebook live stream wins the cold hard cash. Tonight's question. What North Carolina musician recently released an EP titled Play What You Feel?
Play with
Again.
you. I like that.
Play What You Feel.
I like
what
that.
North Carolina musician recently released an EP titled Play What You Feel?
That's my dog right there. That's my dog right there. That guy really. He's a good old boy.
He's a great guy.
He's a good guy.
I'll be back later with the correct answer
I know
to
what the
announce
answer is.
tonight's winner.
Richie, you're the Hercules of fucking money, dude.
Woo!
Jesus.
You sure are.
Hercules.
The Hercules of money,
The
Tony P.
Hercules of money.
He's fantastic.
It's in-
I mean,
it's
he's
I
insane.
mean, I
nice.
just.
He's nice. I mean,
He's fan. Have you seen his Twitter page?
No.
Ha!
I'm gonna go check it out.
Oh!
I'm not on,
Oh, his Twitter page.
I'm not on Twitter either.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
not on Twitter either.
It's just,
No
I'm
Twitter,
gonna
no
tell you.
TikTok.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll be honest with you. He's walking. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. All right, Richie, go on down there and get us.
I'm gonna get a martini. What do you
Yeah,
guys want?
I'll
I got
take
caviar.
I'll take a martini.
Caviar. Shrimp cocktail for anybody?
Clover,
Yes.
Clover
yes.
in mind, please. Clover
Yes,
in
sir.
mind.
Yeah, I tell you, man, he's something else. But his Twitter feed's nothing but Dave Ramsey retweets. That's all it is. It's Dave Ramsey retweets. It's like, and
Live like no other, so you can live like no other.
he's you know, and then you find and every now and again he does like he'll well, I take that back. Every now and again he'll slip in like one under his tweet,
Yeah.
and it says we're trading in the BMW
Yeah.
for the paid off mortgage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he acts like it's his stuff, but
Yeah,
you know,
but it's
you know what's
not.
going on.
Yeah.
You know, all right,
Smart guy.
yeah, you know, I mean, he's something else.
He's something else.
Y'all, this is one thing, you know, we don't like to ask these old, you know, stock questions on Friday Night Gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of get the heart of the matter of how a musician thinks. And something that I never hear musicians asked is, what are your pet peeves as a musician? Everybody always says, well, what's all the great things about being a musician, and where do you tour and all that? But what do you hate about being a musician? I mean, what not do you hate, but what just gets under your skin and drives you nuts?
Probably myself,
Really? I've never
Yeah.
heard that answer now. I've never heard that answer.
because I just I think a lot of musicians lack that self confidence to really like put out material. This is good enough. So I'm gonna have to say, as far as my pet peeves, it's gonna be myself because I could have had 7 albums out by now.
Why didn't you?
I get in the studio and say, hey, and the recording didn't come out like I wanted to, and
you
I just
shelf
never put it out.
Well,
Shelf.
hey, I mean, there's no shame in that because I mean, I mean, here's my thing. Is I will never put out anything that's not finished.
That's the way I am too, man.
Yeah, and I respect that, and I will never ever you never see me be the guy to get on and start a live stream and say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Because I subscribe to the John Fogerty theory of that. John Fogerty, that his the story and the whole everybody knows the story. They betrayed the hell out of him and everything, but his record company, and the band released outtakes and stuff that he didn't want. And I'm big on what John says. Hey man, I ain't gonna release nothing unless I'm proud of it and it's working and it's the final product. You don't put no slack out there,
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Yeah.
I really do respect that.
I guess the other thing would be just, when you're pouring your heart and soul into something out there at a bar or whatever, and then nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
That's my other pet peeve, but that's
That just builds endurance.
It does. It really does. I'm 40 now, and I've been in the game for a long time, and I'll do this forever now.
Well, I tell you,
you got to overcome that.
now,
you got to overcome it.
when I moved out to Wichita, Kansas, I was about 22 years old, 21, and I've been playing music for about 2 years, maybe here in North Carolina. And when I moved out there, I was playing music. I was playing acoustic guitar first 2 years of Fro, a Shure SM57 microphone, trying to play all this old Delta blues and stuff. And man, people would just wear you out with that shit. I mean, bars here, your roughest bar, you can't even compare to out in the Midwest.
I guarantee you.
Because they were rough out there, man. I mean, I tell you, I played in places where sometimes there was a biker bar I played one time in Oklahoma. I didn't know if the hell I was going to get home. I honestly did. But it's a thing where people would. You'd be playing in front of a microphone, and somebody go put a quarter in the jukebox.
Yeah.
And the jukebox come on.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the hell is going on?
I've been in some situations like that.
Yeah. So what about you, Simon? What's your pet peeves as a musician? What would you rate up there with the highly annoying shit?
That's a tough call. I was gonna say what Will said the second time. You playing, a 3 hour. I guess that's more or less when you're trying to, when you want to play, but you play the gigs that you have to play
To make a little bit of money.
We've
all done it.
You lose a little bit of the soul there, right? Like,
We all do.
if you
We
could
always
just-
have. We all have to do it.
But it's hard to really complain about it as long as you can do it, right? Like,
And as long as you're getting paid for it, I mean, you just you always do your best, and no matter if the crowd's listening or not, that's always been my thing. I'm gonna play like I'm, y'all know who John Hammond Jr. is?
I do not.
Fantastic musician. Check him out if y'all don't know who John Hammond Jr. is. His dad was John Hammond Sr.,
That makes
who
sense.
signed Bob Dylan, Stevie Ray Vaughan. In fact, this guy went so far back that he was looking for Robert Johnson for the Spirituals and Swings concerts that he had back in the 30s.
Man.
But he couldn't find Robert. So in fact, because Robert had died by that time. We got Robert back here on the poster back there. Yeah, smoking a cigarette, looking all badass. But anyway, the thing was he couldn't find Robert. Robert had passed away. Because on the Spirituals to Swing thing, he had this concert where he was trying to take all these different kinds of music and kind of put on a show. And so they took a phonograph out there for Robert's segment. Instead of having him, they took a phonograph out there and played, I think it was Terraplane Blues they played.
Mm.
And but Robert Johnson, goodness gracious,
Oh,
what
boy.
a fantastic musician.
It is something from the original, like true original.
So how does the blues affect y'all?
In great ways, man.
Really? How
I
so?
mean-
How so?
I mean, that's when I go to pick up my guitar.
That always comes out.
That's the only skill I know how to play.
Who are some of your favorite blues musicians?
Man,
Robert Johnson.
I mean, that's what kind of started me into that groove of things. But as far as like, man, I go progressive, and I hate to not to be an originalist, but John Mayer, as far as like somebody who's very, very much inspired me.
Hey man, he's fantastic.
And such a great, progressive, a pop player and can just hybridize everything.
Well, listen, the first time I ever saw John Mayer, he was doing the pop thing, and I know a lot of people like to put shade on that.
Yeah.
They're the same motherfuckers that put shade on that, or talk about Michael McDonald. They talk shit on him, like Ricky Dickerman.
Don't you talk shit about Michael McDonald, boy.
See, that's the motherfuckers that talk shit about Michael McDonald. These guys. You want to be like him?
Don't do it.
Ricky. Sorry, Ricky. But no, it's the same people that talk shit about, a lot of great music that may not sound what they're, it may not sound like fucking Black Sabbath.
Right.
To them or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. People are so jaded that they can't hear.
I'm trying, like, I live now, so, like Gary Clark Jr.
Fantastic.
Man,
I got to play with him, man.
Did you really?
Back when he was back in Memphis, Tennessee. Back during the blues, when they had the IBCs, the blues, International Blues Competition, or whatever. Went down there by Margolin, and sure enough, he walked in. It was before he was a household name.
Yeah, man.
And he got up there and played an Elmore James song. He was fantastic.
It entered, the blues go. You can hear it in everything.
Yeah.
That's still even in pop songs today.
Sure.
It's the underlying current.
Honestly, man, I did an interview last night or night before last with Western North Carolina Music. Ron Taylor, fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic interviewer. I mean, if you get a chance to check out his podcast, it's just fantastic. But anyway, we were talking about blues, and that's the first kind of stuff that really, other than seeing Prince when I was 9 years old.
Oh, that's badass.
That really turned me on. My uncle turned me on to Lightning Hopkins and Muddy Waters. But like you said, even though my music's not blues music per se, it's still informed by that.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
I can feel it in your stuff, man.
Eric
sure.
Clapton can't get away from it.
No.
No matter how pop he goes,
it's infused in it.
it's part of America. I mean, really, there's not much American music that's not influenced by
You can't get away from
blues.
it.
And country music's the same way. It's just a different, it just came from a different region with a different set of of tempos and the way you play the chords and everything. And what happened, I guess, is somehow this country music and the blues music came together, and you got this great thing that Levon Helm, the way he put it, called rock and roll.
That's right.
And, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Ricky, what you got, brother? What you got? What you got, Ricky?
Hey, you guys ever get kicked out of shows? Like y'all, or you play a lot, but have you ever gone to a show and gotten asked to leave, and then actually got escorted out, kind of a thing?
I have never. I've been asked to stop a song.
Simon looks like I might not.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to say it on TV if you don't feel like it, but I mean, I have.
I was going to say, have you gotten kicked out?
I've gotten kicked out of a lot of
I know where you
shows.
got kicked out of,
I got
too.
kicked out of
Steve Earle.
At
I know.
Orangefield
And
and
tell the
Nashville.
story about Steve Earle knows you, too,
We're
doesn't he?
besties. We're besties.
You're not besties.
We're besties. He and I are besties. Hardwood's right up there with us. Long story short is, I went to the.
You know their beer, Simon?
I got one hiding under the table.
Yeah.
There
I'll tell you, these
was-
bunch lights
there
on
was
the
a meet and
scratch them up.
greet. There was a meet and greet at the
Like Godzilla.
Pulp under the orange peel, and I didn't buy a ticket for that, but I thought I could get in there anyway. And I went in, and I'd been drinking all day. Let's not
face
kid
it.
ourselves.
Let's-
Right.
Let's
So
not
I
make it
got
different
in.
than any other
I
day.
got in, but then there was this.
made.
There was this lady. There was this lady, and she was like, "Sorry, sir, you can't." Like, I got into the foyer into where the food was, but I couldn't actually get back. And so then I tried to go in, and And the lady won't let me back. And some string bean comes up and is like, "Sir, you have to
String
go."
bean.
Like I couldn't whoop his ass. I'd whoop his ass. I'd whoop his ass right now still. So, but I
Calm
was
down,
being
Ricky.
cool.
Calm down.
I was being cool.
He's hyped.
He's hype.
So I went
Damn,
outside and I did the need one thing. And it didn't work. I'm like, surely to God, somebody's wife ain't coming.
Sound like a Grateful
Somebody's
Dead concert.
sick. But I didn't get a ticket. So I said, and I went to Wicked Weed, which was right next door, and I got plastered. And so I went right back in there, and the whole thing
Without
is,
a ticket?
no, I had a ticket to the show, but not the meet and greet.
Okay.
So I went back
Oh,
to the
yeah,
show, and I'm front row, like I'm up against the thing. And the whole thing is like I'm wearing this Yankees T-shirt because if I met him, I wasn't gonna be like that. No offense, but that dick who's like, oh, tell me about music. Da, da, da. I'm like, let's talk about baseball or whatever. And so, long story short, never meet the dude. And then I get in there, and
Is
as
he
I
a
get
Yankees
progressively, yeah, he's a huge Yankees fan.
Okay.
And as I get progressively drunker, I start doing like this. Like with my shirt, trying to get
Because
his
you got them
attention.
big old titties.
And
You
then-
got them
no,
big old
right,
titties,
I'm showing
Ricky.
him like the Yankees. But that's where it goes.
Show him your
That's-
titties,
that's where
Ricky.
it goes.
Show him your titties.
Then I start
shit.
flashing him. And then
Yo, we got a stripper segment on this club too.
then I
This
started
Friday.
waving-
off.
Then I started waving money at, and I'm yelling out like, "Play Tom Ames' prayer, play God is." I mean, and people behind me are like, "He's got a specific set list, you dumbass." And I'm like, "You," and I'm just.
This ain't no
waving-
rock and roll
and
show,
then
Ricky.
when I started waving money at him as like he was a stripper, he was like, "Hey man, what is your deal?" And then like a legitimate bouncer grabbed me by the shoulder and was like, "It's time for you to go."
So,
I'm gonna
my
tell you what.
question now to Will and Matt and Simon is, if somebody started waving money at you,
Bingo,
while you
and
were-
flashing you.
If it was
flashing
him,
you,
I get him on stage. I get him on stage.
I'd probably throw the tip bucket semi close to him, throw it in, take it back, keep on playing.
I get him on stage and say, "Hey man,
And that's when I went to Chattanooga where Tony P's from, and I saw him. And then I stood in line, and I was well behaved that night for me. And so I went there, and I stood in line, and I
like
made
with the
sure a lady
asterisk,
took
you
good
know.
pictures of me. And then I was like, as he was signing my stuff, I was like, "Hey man, do you remember me?" I was like, "You just kicked me out of the orange peel like 2 months ago." He was like, "Yeah." And his bassist at the time turns around and is like, "Hey, are you the belly guy?"
the bass players always remember that shit." We gotta give a team drink
Always
out to
watching.
y'all for looking at Ricky's titties, them big old titties. Hey.
Big.
Mm.
What size were those, man?
Just big enough.
Will, you got another song for us, brother?
I don't know.
I know that's how I am sometimes.
Off the chains, off the chains. Fool for you, here we go.
All right.
Did you ever find a reason, or just redefine the reason why we're down and still alone? Well, you've always been so quiet, but in your mind there is a riot. A broken glass out the Ludo run. Yeah. But you know I will be standing on the fringe of silver lining, just ready to pick you up. We don't find the reason you could beat me down and leave me, and I'll be sleeping on your door. 'Cause I'm a fool for you. come along. 'Cause I'm no fool for you. No one else will do. Na 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 na. I'm a fool for you. I'm a fool for. Yeah.
guitars can play together
Yes, sir.
and sound like four hands.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is.
Fantastic music. Golly, Will, you
guitar,
just
four hand.
knocked me the hell out.
It's good stuff, man.
Well, where'd you get that guitar?
I got this. I'm glad you asked that. My friend John Crawford, who's a very special person to me. He's like a Zen master. He's probably 65.
I understand because I am one too.
Okay. he kind of fell on hard times, and I was in the right place at the right time. But this is a Yari. This is it's a Bob Weir edition, but it's a Yari made this guitar, and I love this. I love this stuff.
Fucking cool.
And
Are you-
it
I don't
came from
understand any
the
of that, but it looks fucking
it came
cool.
from the right
It
it came
does.
from the right place.
Are you a
It's
Bob
fucking
Weir
cool.
fan?
I am a Bob Weir fan.
I'm a Bob Weir fan. I mean, I love Bobby. He's fantastic.
I
I
used
love
to,
his songs.
I used to like I used to I couldn't understand why he was in the Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
It seemed like a separation to me in my head as a young man,
sure.
because Jerry Garcia was everything
Doing
was
all the
going
stuff.
around,
But you don't realize what a great chord player that he is.
and then as I
The guy
developed
runs-
as a musician, I'm starting to realize
Yeah.
what's going on
He'll
here.
go like this. He'll go, and just one
Yeah,
sweep. He'll play every goddamn E chord there is.
right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate him as a songwriter and what he was doing.
And his singing's fantastic. I always
Oh,
love
yeah.
his singing. I mean, when Bobby steps up and does one, you're just, I mean,
He's wonderful, and he's at this point.
what,
he's
Saint of
just a-
Circumstance, Lost Sailor, all those songs.
Wonderful.
I watched a documentary on him
Huh.
recently.
Yeah, that's
Is it Netflix?
It's
There was a
Netflix,
new one.
yeah.
Yeah,
came out a couple years ago. And it's
And he was
really
also
good.
on that Broken Record podcast with Rick Rubin.
yeah.
Oh,
recently.
was he on there?
That shit-
Really?
That was good.
I'd like to hear that. Yeah, Rick Rubin does that Broken Pot. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah,
Broken
it's
Record
really
podcast.
cool.
He's a good fan.
Sorry.
Good friend of mine.
Rick Rubin? Really? You guys do lunch and shit?
I wish.
Sunday brunch.
Nah, but I love Bob Weir and
Mimosas.
the early Grateful Dead stuff. Those first
Buffets.
God bless alcohol in the morning.
those first
That's all I
couple
gotta say.
records, man, American Beauty and Working Man is Dead, are I learned from those records.
Oh, man.
Just as much as I did about blues. I mean, I learned just as much from blues records as I learned from listening to those two albums. I mean, they were just
Crazy.
crazy good,
God bless.
crazy good.
For sure.
Well, Ricky, what you got for these two fine young gentlemen?
Have I ever told y'all that story about how I pissed myself and tried to pass out?
No, but I think
and
you're supposed to be
swear?
asking questions, right?
That was a question.
That's true. He worded it
That was
correctly.
a question.
I'm sure you'll tell us though, Ricky, if
I'm out of questions.
you're out of questions.
Let's
That's
play
fine.
some music.
Let's play some music. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
play another song.
Do y'all want another beer? That's a question.
Just crack it.
I'll take one. Well, I'll see. Yeah, I'm about halfway through a Butch Light. I don't know. I'm good. Let's do one.
Let's play one. Let's play that new one of yours.
Leaving Blues?
Yeah.
You want to do that one?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Okay, but it's your show.
Curveball.
Hey,
Sheesh.
I'm gonna get to without the interview there, we got time.
Well, they tell me that most of the time, most of the opportunities I've taken, I wasn't ready for, but I took them anyway.
Let's
So
do
here
it.
goes an A. Oh man, let me turn this mug up here for a second. Talk a little bit about yourself.
Is that a 7, a minus 7?
A major 7.
Major set.
Major 7? Sorry.
Fire. Well, so we'll talk.
Well, we were talking about John Mayer earlier, and we were talking about Bob Weir, and they're in the same damn band now.
So what if you had right, they really are. And I'll tell you what, at first I
A
thought
coincidence?
no.
No.
At first I thought John Mayer with the Dead. But God, he does a great fucking job of it.
Even
The
like
dude is versatile.
Except when he puts on the plaid shorts and the matching plaid
Hey,
shirt.
listen.
That's
Dated
a-
Jennifer Aniston, so
Hey,
you know.
They didn't hire
I'll
him
shut
for
up.
his
I'll
style.
shut up.
They didn't hire him for his
I'll
style.
shut up. Yeah, okay. Leaving Blues. We just released this one today, yesterday, folks. If you like it, check out the music video. It's in the description of this stream. times must I find way back to the grind? Guess I had to keep rolling just to keep up with the time. Guess I had to keep running just to keep up with my mind. Leaving blues got me again, back in time, seeing old friends. Hard times falling from the sky, deep in my heart, I hope one will shine. How many times must I find way back to the grind? So I have to keep running just to keep up with the time. Yes, I have to keep rolling just to keep up with my mind. Hit me some, man. Yeah. Leaving blues got me again, taking another time, looking where I've been. Hard times come, easy as they go. I'm always out, I still wanna know how many times must I find back to the grind? Yes, I have to keep running just to keep up with the time. Yes, I have to keep running just to keep up with my mind.
Nice song, man.
Woo, thank you,
I tell
man.
you what,
Appreciate
man.
that, man. Richie
And
Cash.
the video was great
Hey.
too.
Thank you, Tony P. We got some. Me and Tony P got some stuff that's gonna blow your
Yeah, I
mind.
like that
coming
video a
up.
bunch.
Make that money.
Yeah,
You like that-
Corey
that-
I
did,
do,
yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
That was really cool, man.
Well, folks, we gotta turn it on over. Have we got a winner, Richie Cash?
Woo!
What you
Back
got?
off.
What you got?
This has been a tough week. This has been a tough week in the stock market. It's been a
Oh
tough week
man,
for
I don't want to hear
everyone
about
else.
hard times.
It's
This
been
is-
a tough week.
we're trying to have one of them real good times.
It's been a tough week
Yeah, nobody
for the
cares
Friday
about
Night
tough
Gamble Facebook Live feed watchers. We ain't got a correct answer yet.
Are you
It's an
kidding?
easy question. I thought that he's been on this show more than once.
Well, hey, if they
four
don't win, they
times.
don't. Do y'all know the answer?
Yeah, so no one has
Can't
got
see
it
that I
yet, but the answers are still, we can still be the first correct comment.
Well, I
Yeah,
tell you
it can
what.
be.
I
It
tell you what
can
I'll
be,
do. I
so-
tell you what I'll do.
So
Y'all.
then we can still do it. But
I
the
tell you what I'll do.
question again
I
is,
tell you what. Let me get the question in one more time.
it's in the North Carolina musicians category. What North Carolina musician recently released an EP titled "Play What You Feel"?
Come on,
Friend-
y'all.
friend of the
Y'all better
show.
get with it. Y'all better
Friend
get
of
with
the
it.
show, been here more than once.
He's co-hosted a couple times.
Win
I'll give you a
that
hint. He's
money.
co-hosted a couple times. And I tell you what, if you want to keep commenting,
I think we just had somebody guess it.
did you really?
I do.
Who won it?
I think. I think it was. Well, hold on. I got it.
Oh,
I got
Tony.
it.
Winner, chicken dinner.
It was Kent again.
I
Kent.
can't.
There we
Kent-
go.
Kent-
Kent's a high roller.
There,
Yeah.
He
that's
get
how-
his
Kent's
25.
making that goddamn
It was
cash.
good.
That's how-
$25.
Kent Nite Spears
The
making that.
answer was
Hammer
Drew.
it out.
Drew
Kid.
Fouls.
Drew
Our
Fouls.
boy, our
Yeah.
dog,
Kid
Drew Fouls.
Keep winning. The correct answer is Drew Fouls.
Yes.
Get that
So,
camera
Kent-
back over here, Tony P.
You gotta
Swing it
What are
back.
you gonna do?
Folks, that proves right there that if you watch the Friday Night Gamble, you can start stacking cash. Richie,
Make that money.
this shit's real, Richie.
Make that money.
Richie, this shit is real.
Make that money.
$25.
I mean, he's 50 in the, he's 50 up.
He's 50 up.
He won it
He
last
is 50
week.
up.
He's 50 up.
I mean,
on
man,
the
you
rest
can
of these
listen.
suckers.
It's crazy. You can tune into the Friday Night Gamble,
He's
and
50
within
up on
4
the
weeks,
suckers.
you've made $100.
Yeah.
Bingo.
If you can guess
They
this
made
shit,
50.
$800.
They made 50.
Richie, you're,
I mean,
you're
All in the rest
fucking,
of that.
you're
I'm
fantastic.
helping everybody.
You're
I know
fantastic.
we're all beautiful.
You are.
But I know
You're
you
like
get
this
rich.
country.
You're beautiful,
Hey,
Ricky.
You're
You're
this
beautiful.
country's stimulus.
I am beautiful. I
You're
know
this
that.
country's stimulus.
He
package.
is. That's the
Total
stimulus package right there.
Right there.
Damn.
This hair didn't grow itself. Like I have to maintain this. Like this look.
Yeah, I mean, I get
It's
it.
not,
I get it.
like,
I get
you
it.
don't just
You-
walk into like.
Let me ask you something,
Straight
Richie.
for
Let me ask you this: when you get up in the morning and you take you take your shower, whenever you look in the mirror, do you just look at yourself? Do you just look at yourself and say, "God damn, you son of a bitch"?
I mean,
Please,
that's looking
and,
money.
hey, wait,
you just look at-
answer
wait,
this
wait.
honestly. Answer this one honestly.
Answer this honestly. Do you look in the mirror and just say to yourself, "God damn, you son of a bitch"? You look fucking like a fucking $1 million.
Every fucking day.
Hell
Damn.
yes.
There ain't no other.
Yes.
I hear you.
We
man.
need to live our lives like
Dude,
that. We
you
need to live like that.
seminars
Everybody, you're
on
a
self-confidence.
fantastic example, Rick.
I'm just saying.
Richie, Jesus.
All right.
Why
$1
wouldn't I?
million.
Why the hell
$1
wouldn't I? I
million
don't even understand the question.
Good Lord.
These days we're looking for one.
Fellas,
Really?
any plugs you want to give them? Go.
Plugs.
Hey,
Mm.
these aren't
Talking about
plugs.
plugs.
Like your website?
What kind of plug?
Website.
Okay,
How to get your-
website.
any
Okay,
albums.
my bad,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
those kind of plugs.
Dinosaur
Not those kind of
website,
plugs.
but yeah.
Simon,
We call it
he
plugs.
might venture to the mama jokes right now.
I was about to call his mom and ask.
He's
She's
been
got
looking.
it.
He's been
Well,
looking for
I'll
it
tell
all
you
night.
what. Tell your plugs real quick, and I got one more question.
You go ahead.
Will Willis music, anything, just
That's
go
how
find-
you. That's your
just
handle.
go- just
What
go-
is
that's
your
my handle.
What is your wildest story from the road? What's the craziest shit that's happened out here besides meeting Richie Cash and Ricky Dickerman?
This is coming up on it right here, boys.
And you ain't seen shit yet, baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Dickerman.
you know, when you saw Ricky Dickerman's man boobs, I mean, how can
I mean,
how
Richie,
really, how can
Richie,
you
I'm
really
still,
go
like-
Richie, do you ever
That
hang
rest
out?
of the
Do
night
you and
is-
Ricky ever get together after the show?
Well, we go down, like I said, sometimes.
I mean, you're
we
a
go
party
out
guy. He's a
and,
party guy.
Yeah. I mean, he knows the guys that I need to get with because I like the designer drugs, and he can find them.
Designer
On that note,
drugs.
folks, we're going to play one and be out. Fellas, just hit me one and E. Let's do a little shuffle. Folks, don't be fooled by imitators. Fear the originators. And Tony P, I want you to hit that click button about, I don't know, 40 seconds
Yeah.
into this
Make
damn
sure I-
mess. Yeah.